Interesting news today on the ESG front. Uh, Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, the man who's kind of held responsible for being the guy behind the ESG system, has recently released a statement like saying that he's disappointed that people are so like against ESG and that it's getting a bad reputation and stuff like that. Obviously, like it's well deserved. Anybody who knows anything about the ESG system knows like what it's been doing to entertainment, to companies, to people all over the world. It's been like a cancer. And what seems to be happening is that investors and consumers, people in general are like pushing back against it. It's probably not just gamers, right? It's probably just not anime and manga fans, not just fans of Japanese media, right? It's probably like lots of different people in lots of different communities that don't necessarily have a lot of overlap. However, they are focusing in on a specific problem, a certain individual who is pushing this kind of stuff onto the market, and it is like causing a lot of problems, not just for the consumer, but for the companies and the people who want to put out good products, right? And I do think that's probably something that a lot of people haven't really taken into consideration, that like investors, when they see companies like Bud Light going under because of like the backlash to like ESG related like woke nonsense, like they're going to start pulling their investments. We might be in this situation where being associated with ESG is going to cause more problem than it's worth, right? Like, I do think it's possible that we might actually see some backlash for companies like Square Enix and Capcom and, all these other Japanese companies that have been kneeling to like the woke mob with for the ESG points, right? We have been seeing a lot of that lately, but I do think we might actually see a backlash towards it. And, we've already seen the beginnings of this. We've seen more people like call this out. And, the fact that like Larry Fink himself has addressed it makes me think that like the ESG system is going to go through like a rebranding. They're going to try and like do something else and like try to do things in a different way. And we have seen a little bit that like they've been pulling back a little bit over the past couple of years. People have speculated that this is because they need more people to go fight their war in Ukraine, but who knows at this point? It might just be due to the black backlash, right? Anyway, I'm not sure, but I do think we need to keep our eyes peeled and like pay attention to this stuff going forward. Obviously, it's not just about video games. It's about like society in general. Like in order to have, a good, fulfilling, like positive world, we all need to stay vigilant. We all need to work hard. We all need to do our part. We can't let ourselves be controlled by the billionaire class, right? We can't let ourselves be controlled by these individuals. We have to make the world a better place by our own merits.